Good morning, WFG. I'm going to be the last presenter of this morning session, so be patient. Okay, my name is Tang from Washington State, Seattle, and now I'm going to share why and how to sell IUL. First of all, it's like an evolution of telephone. When you see this one, it's just a phone, right? And how about this one, the right side? You have the smartphone and all these phones, and how many of you still carry the old one and don't use the new one? Okay, and the second, the life insurance actually has a lot of evolution. So the first one is the term insurance. Then back to 1950s, you have whole life and it give you 3 to 4% return, and the flexibility tends to be a question. Then 1979, we have universal life, and then you have flexibility. And back to the middle of 1980s, you have FFIUL, because back that stage, the tax rate is very high, and also the government encouraging people to save money. Then you can buy life insurance with mutual funds. But the program has some challenge. Do you still remember the past 15 years? We have 2 downturns at the market. A lot of people lost money, right? Then we came with a guarantee, the IUL, which gave you 7 to 8 average return, and you don't need to worry the money that lost. And from the left, we have a lot of regulation on the life insurance. And from the left side, we emphasize death benefit. It's like a phone, you only use like a communicate and a call, right? And the right side, we have living benefit. And what's the living benefit covers? First of all, is the asset class. Second, we have tax-free growth. And the third one is tax-free access. My family was very blessed. We are 2 months ago, we got our dream home, and with this insurance program, we got 150 cash from the IUL program, and it processed in 24 hours. And now I don't worry the tax for the next year, for the down payment. And the fourth one is financial aid. We have a lot of clients being helped. Then they got a lot of financial aid, and because the money saved here, we don't count to be asset, and the legal protection, and also the estate transfer. And the last one, not the least, is the long-term care protection. And today, because my time is limited, I only cover the 3 parts: the asset protection, tax-free growth, and the long-term care. First of all, what's the long-term? What's the index universal life? It's based on a linked index and indexes and multiple participation rate. For example, now I use nationwide. If the market goes 8%, we credit 8%. If the market goes 20%, don't be too greedy, we get a 12% cap. And if the market going down 20%, we also have 0% floor. And this is Mr. Warren Buffett said, 2 golden rule. Number 1, never lose money. Guess who's the number 2? Never forget rule number 1, right? So the IUL is a perfect concept that we don't lose money. And we have an example for the flat market since January 1st, 2001 to January 1st, 2015. You can see the SP 500 only 2.74, but IUL at the same time, you get 8.34. That's a big blast, right? And also, I want to emphasize, how many of you know that what's the government debt now? Close to 18 billions, more than trillions, sorry. And you know, if you are the president of USA, what are you going to do with our tax? Increase tax, right? And mostly our clients, where they save money, we have 3 brackets. First one is taxable, second is tax default, and the last one is tax-free. When I serve a lot of clients, most of them save money in the taxable bracket. Some of them save a lot in taxable. A lot of them, they don't know the tax-free vehicle. Like tax-free vehicle, we have Roth IRA, but you know, as a couple, if you work together, especially in our IT engineer, the family, they don't qualify. And even you qualify, you only can contribute $5,500. And the second, 529. But you know, if you contribute a lot at 529, what's the problem? Your family cannot get financial aid, right? Then the last and the best, from my personal opinion, is 7702. And today I'm going to focus on IUL. A lot of people say, okay, you know what? Compare term, your IUL looks like very expensive. That's one of the common questions, right? A lot of you face it. So when I share with my clients said, okay, the insurance, yeah, not that cheap. Basically, you help your family, right? You save for your family. But how about the tax? If you save in this vehicle, you save a lot of tax. And if something happens in your family, can you say that, okay, Mr. Uncle Sam, can you return the tax to me to protect my family again? No, right? But they will give you, but for the insurance, if you save the insurance definitely is for your family. Here I have an example called the Fidelity Magellan Fund. If you put $10,000 in 1963 back to 2015, if no tax, 26.1 million. But if you charge the tax, you only get 8.6 million. That's the biggest enemy in the long-term investment. So I always say, share with my clients that, okay, definitely, save some money here because the tax you saved will definitely is much bigger than your insurance cost. And the living benefit about long-term care. You know how expensive now long-term care have. In Washington State, around $7,000 per month. A lot of families, even they cannot save that much. And also average 3 years. And also some people say, okay, long-term care is only for senior person, not for me. But actually for the age younger, which is 18 to 64, you still have 40 chance that you maybe need a long-term care. And what a chance of trigger long-term care? Can you imagine? Compare the house insurance insurance only 0.5%, and the car insurance 7%. How about long-term care? 70%. So if you look up each other from a neighborhood, either you or me will need the long-term care. Do you think that's very important? Yes, right? And also a lot of people say, okay, how about I cannot pay? What can that happen? You know what? Now 28 states, they even can change for your kids. So that's the big challenge for us. And how to prepare. Since first of all, most of us will need it. Second, it's so expensive. A lot of people say, okay, I rather to prepare. But how to prepare it? First of all, you can use traditional insurance, long-term care insurance. So the problem is, you can use it. You pay, then you trigger, you get it. But God cannot control how we pass away, right? Sometimes we can pass very soon, very peacefully. And then if you buy this, traditional long-term care insurance, the problem is you cannot get it for your family. It's just wasted. Then second, you can use what you do. You can use a life insurance with a long-term care rider. If I need a long-term care, just like Victor mentioned, you just use 2% of them, and also regarding to the HIPAA law, whatever you need, then you help for yourself. And the second, if like my grandma, she's already 92 years old. She's very healthy, don't look like she will going to get a long-term care. Then I can use that for my retirement, right? So that's why sometimes I'm kidding with my kids said, okay, if you treat me well, I'm going to leave it more for you. Otherwise, I'm going to use my retirement. The last is, like I said, if I pass away too soon, I didn't use the money. At least I don't waste the money. I will use this as a death benefit. So for the past 4 years, I'm in the business. I feel blessed. Because for the 4 years, our family already accumulated 8 million coverage for my family. We use the money to get our, dream house. We prepare them for my 3 kids, the kids' financial, the money, the tuition, and also, we save a lot of tax. My policy, which is open earlier, even the tax saved, because every month you get a statement, right? And that tax already cover and more than the cost of insurance. So if some of you didn't own the policy right now, definitely get one for you as soon as possible. And also, I think, for the long-term care part, I was so, touched by my neighbors. One of my neighbors, her name is Kathy. Her mom went to the long-term care facility 30 years ago when she was probably around 61 years old. And then last summer, she passed away finally. When I talked with my neighbor, Kathy, she said, you know what, thanks godliness, my mom finally went through. I said, why you said God, thank godliness? She said, you cannot understand. My mom went to the facility with the 4,000 at the beginning. And then last year when she passed away, every month she spent $12,000 per month. She basically run up all her money, and later on her 4 kids need to support her. And the last moment, the mom, because they don't have any money, because every kid, they needed to take 1 day off to stay at the hospital to take care of the mom. And that moment, I feel like, I need a long-term care. I still literally remember when, at the early stage, my husband actually is an IT professional. IT sometimes, they are very good at the numbers, right? And sometimes they are very skeptical. So at the first time, when I talked with him about get the insurance coverage, and my husband said, oh, okay, I need to do more research. Are you familiar with that?
Yeah.
Right. So I just talked with him and said, bottom line, if something happen on me too soon, you can find a young, beautiful wife for the second chance, right? And also, find a good one, which is will treat my kids well. And I said, just think about who is the benefit for this policy. And my husband said, oh yeah, it's me. Okay, let's get it, right? So, these days I really appreciate WFG and the platform, gave me the chance. And we have the team from Seattle and the California state. And also my cash flow last year, April, I got a 100,000 ring with marketing director senior marketing director promotion. And just literally 18 months, my cash flow just passed, over 300. So as SMD, I think, which means how many families we help through all this policy. And IUL is one of the biggest program in our company that help the family. So definitely, have one with your loved ones if you are responsible enough. And also, the more coverage you have, the more peaceful you have. I see you on top.